Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I think many of you know me, but I could not be more thrilled to be here with all of you for graduation. My name's Anna. I'm the program manager for the career choice courses at Flatiron School. It's kind of crazy to believe that right around this time last year, I think exactly this week, we were having our first info sessions for this program, and we had no idea what to expect, didn't know how many students would be interested in it, and then we've been on this amazing journey with all of you over the past year. I think it's been really inspiring and honestly a joy to work on, to see so many of you push through huge challenges in these courses, push through sort of the demands of full-time jobs at Amazon, and really persevere to this day that you've been thinking about since before you even started this program. So to share a little bit about what we have in mind for graduation today, how we're planning on celebrating these cohorts for cybersecurity and software development. So I'll kick us off and welcome everyone. So welcome. We'll then have Yuan-Xia Deng from Amazon Career Choice, who heads up all career choice programs for North America, speaking a little bit on behalf of Amazon, just to acknowledge the achievement that all of you are here today to celebrate. We then have Rebecca Rombaum from Flatiron School, our Chief Business Development Officer, who's been part of Flatiron School since the very beginning as our sort of keynote graduation speaker. We'll then do a brief sort of video walkthrough of the Amazon job portal, which I know everyone's received information about already, but we want to make sure everyone is reminded and has great access to the resources that Amazon has available, in addition to all of the resources you're getting from your career coaches at Flatiron School. And then last, sort of the reason we're all here is to recognize graduates today. So for each section in the cybersecurity cohort and within the software development cohort, we've nominated a class speaker to share some of the highs and lows of the cohort, share some shout outs, share plans after graduation. And your instructors will be speaking as well to acknowledge everyone graduating today. Couple quick numbers I wanted to share before getting things fully started. I want to acknowledge we have 270 graduates today. That's a huge achievement. I think 270 is an amazing number in the aggregate, but I think what's more amazing is when you think about that as sort of 270 individual lives, individual people who have persevered through this journey and are on your way to a new career that you're excited about. We have 44 fulfillment centers represented, which is a massive reach. And I think that points to just the uniqueness of this kind of opportunity and ability to build connections across the company at Amazon and across sort of huge geographies. We had 2 available courses this year, both cybersecurity and software development. And one thing we wanted to celebrate is, month before last, we already had our first job placement. Tyler, I'm not sure if you're on the call today, but we're very confident that will be the first of many, and we look forward to celebrating every single one of you as you start these new careers. So with that, I will pass it over to Yuan-Xia to speak on behalf of Amazon.
Thanks so much, Anna. Thank you for having me here. Congratulations, everybody. How excited are you all? From the chat, it looks like pretty excited. So on behalf of all of us at Amazon Career Choice, this is what we love to celebrate, right? It's moments like this that get us up in the morning. Career Choice, we have like 35 to 40-ish people on our staff, including a bunch of other folks that are here with us today. Carrie Innes from our job placement team, Candace Edwards, who I think probably knows all of your names because she has been deep in the weeds with Anna throughout the whole past year. Bridget Penalber, who's new to our team, but doing great things already. So we've got a huge team of folks over at Amazon Career Choice that are here to support you. And this is what we live for. I really want to hear from you all, so I'm going to try to keep this short, but I also want to talk about how awesome you are, so I don't want to keep it too short. Let's talk a little bit about why you all are so awesome. So first of all of you, part of this program, have been with Amazon for at least a year and 10 months. For about the 10 months you've been with Flatiron, and a year before that to even qualify for Career Choice. So that's about 2 years. So if we think about what life was like 2 years ago, there was no pandemic. It was in the before times. We could hug our friends. We could go to the movies. We could actually see other people on the street smiling because there were no masks. Oh, although wait, Many of you are in New York City, so that probably never happened. I'm also from New York, so I get to tease you all for that. But you're awesome because you kept working. As the world shut down, you showed up. You showed up to make sure people got what they needed safely, quickly, and reliably. And then after a year of doing that, you decided to take on more. And you joined Flatiron School to invest in yourself and in your career. And this thing that many people refer to as a boot camp, you decided to do a boot camp on top of your full-time jobs. And that is incredible. That puts me in awe of you all. That's something that you did hopefully for yourselves, for your families, and for your futures. So just hats off to you all for that. We obviously know that it is no easy task to balance work and family and education and all of that on top of in the middle of COVID and a pandemic. But this important milestone finally brings you that step, one step closer to that new career. And not just any career, but a career in technology. So I joined Amazon actually not too long after many of you, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and bringing Flatiron's tech training to Amazon Associates was actually one of the first things I did coming to Amazon, because all the way back in 2015, I saw how great Flatiron was doing while I was working at the US Department of Education. And then in 2018, I saw how great Flatiron was doing working in a social impact financing company supporting tech schools. I've been following the success of Flatiron for a long time, and I was very excited to bring Flatiron to you all because it was just such a no-brainer, because like all good schools, it's focused on two things. One, the curriculum is hard because shaping the world we live in is hard. Technology is literally in everything we do. It has created an entire world online that we all like just wander in and out of every day without even thinking about it. And we can't have just anyone shaping that universe, making that universe, and securing that universe, which is what you all have been learning to do. And the second thing that all good schools are focused on is equity and opportunity. And working in technology is about building the future. And so when we're talking about building the future, we need to make sure that we are building a future that includes all of us, that it is actually reflective of the diverse and amazing set of people that we are. So that brings me to the last thing that's so awesome, which is what you're about to do. So you're about to embark on the adventure of getting a new job in tech, your first job potentially in tech. And getting that first job in tech is the biggest, hardest step in the next phase of your career. We at Amazon Career Choice and our partners at Flatiron are going to be with you every step of the way. And literally no one I know in all of education and training is better at helping people get jobs in tech than the next speaker. So I'm going to shut up and let her start talking and share her wisdom. But before I do, on behalf of all of us at Amazon and at Amazon Career Choice, congratulations. We are so, so proud to call you all Career Choice alumni. And I hope you all take this moment to enjoy how awesome you are, how awesome your training was, and how awesome your next steps are about to be. Rebecca or Anna, send Rebecca?
Either one. UNCF, thank you.
Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you, UNCF. That was great. And thank you for that very, very kind and high bar introduction. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so present mode always gets me. Just bear with me for 1 second. All right. You see one slide, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, you see the one slide. Yeah? Excellent. Okay, everyone. As UNC kind of implied, I have lots of instructions I could share. I'm not going to do that today. There are lots of instructions on the way. There's going to be a lot to learn and a lot to do. Getting your job in tech. But today I'm going to talk about stories, and I'm going to tell some stories about why everything I know about changing careers I learned trying to be cool in middle school. Bear with me, we'll get there. So I'm Rebecca Rombaum. I'm Chief Business Development Officer at Flatiron School. And that means that I get to oversee amazing partnerships with corporations and universities and governments like Amazon Career Choice. I started at Flatiron School in 2013. There were a couple other employees, 30 students in a one-room schoolhouse in the Flatiron district. And so needless to say, I'm extremely humbled and always amazed to be able to be parts of things like, to be able to be a part of things like this, where we're celebrating just such an amazing amount of achievement from so many amazing people who put in so much work. So it's an honor to get to be proud on your behalf. Of course, would love to also acknowledge all of the instructors and coaches, as well as the entire Amazon team for helping to make this happen. But most of all, it's you guys. This whole hour, this whole day is to acknowledge you. So congratulations and get ready for the next phase of work. So I'll tell a story about my my career first. This is a story that I tell a lot. I edited my high school newspaper. I was a word nerd and still am growing up. And then I studied English in college and I edited my college newspaper, and I was going to be a journalist. I graduated and I got a writing job. And then I realized that, to my horror, my skills were getting commoditized, and in the way that I was using them weren't actually that valuable in the job market. And so I got interested in how that company was making money. I was poking around and what they did and how we did it. And I realized that it wasn't just the writing that was making us money, it was how it was positioned and what it was about and how we were marketing it. And I ended up as head of marketing for that small startup. I parlayed that role into a head of marketing position for a larger company and marketed successfully our stuff. And then we needed to grow. And so, me being the person who knew best how to tell the company's story, I ended up interviewing and welcoming many of those hires and became head of talent at that company. I was in charge of HR, recruiting, training, and talent development. And I loved recruiting, training, and talent development, and I was pretty good at it. And I hated HR, compliance, and things like benefits administration, and I was very bad at it. So I went to look for a job where I could do the things I was really good at and enjoyed to help a company grow, and try not to do the things I was bad at. And that's how I got to Flatiron School, running career services and job placements. So that's my career story. And hopefully that sounded reasonably cohesive, like each piece kind of fits together, and the next thing was a natural outgrowth of the last thing. And like where I am at Flatiron School is kind of where I belong. But if you look at my resume, that's not really what it says. It's kind of random. None of the companies are related to each other. None of the job titles make sense together. It only makes sense because I tell it as a story. And I think that's one of the most empowering things that you will learn as you're looking for your first job. How to tell the story that you want to tell. So if you take one thing away from this talk, I want it to be this: you are not what you've done before. Your resume is not your story. You get to choose your story. And so you need to decide what story you want to tell. You need to decide what story you want to tell the world, because you're about to do a job search and you're going to be telling a lot of people about yourself. But any story you choose, you have to tell yourself. You have to believe it yourself, and you need to know that it's true. So how do you do that? This is where we start talking about me in middle school. And to my great relief and my horror for my child, there are no pictures of me from middle school on the internet. I don't think that's the case anymore, but pretty awkward. I'm sure this is a fairly common experience, but in middle school, it felt really hard to be me. I'm sure this is the case for everyone, but of course I didn't know that at the time. Everything was painful. I was sure I was doing it wrong. I wanted desperately to be cool, and I just wasn't. I knew I wasn't worse than these other people, but I knew I wasn't like them. And I just felt like I was always left out, and people were making fun of me behind my back. Maybe they were. I would just look at these cool kids and they seemed to have it so together, just moved comfortably about the world. And I was like, this sucks for me. How do I get over there? And every summer I would go away to sleepaway camp, hoping to become cool while I was away and to return and just be one of the cool kids. Everything would be easy. Nothing changed fundamentally over any of those summers, and I would go back to school and things were basically the same. And then one summer, I thought, I'm gonna decide to be cool. I'm just gonna act as though I think I'm cool, just embody it, and know that I'm gonna feel a little bit like an imposter, but see what happens. That included things like pretending I was proud and not embarrassed and ashamed when people would make fun of me for being the kid that was picked first for trivia, but picked last for soccer. And the only camper who had like stacks of books instead of clothes on under my bed. And I just pretended that I wasn't bothered or didn't think that people were making fun of me. So I decided it was cool to be me because I told myself a different story. And after that summer, things actually changed. People started treating me differently, but also life was just more fun. I was allowed to be proud of the things that were part of being me and didn't really care anymore over time about the things that used to feel embarrassing. So I told myself a different story, and that was really the only thing that worked to make me cool. Life shifted. I even got a boyfriend with a car. And it really changed the way that the world interacted with me and that I interacted with the world. So that was middle school, but I'm here to tell you that that works for your career. I did this myself before I started at Flatiron School. And since I've gotten here, I've overseen thousands of job searches and job placements using as one fundamental principle, this idea of telling your story. So as I said before, I was head of HR at a small business, about 100 people. I ran HR, recruiting, talent development, training, but I didn't want to be in HR anymore. And so I gave this talk in 2013. I started kind of putting myself out there when I started looking for a new job. And the story that I told was that I was a data-driven leader. I innovated on industry standard practices by leading with data. I drove results for my company through analysis and fact finding. And as it happens, the founder of Flatiron School saw that video. And from our very first meeting, that was my story. I wasn't an HR manager. I was a data-driven leader. And that's the seat I got to sit in at Flatiron School. And that was 8 years ago. This piece is by a Harvard Business School professor, who's also the head of a firm that helps companies make their people better. And in this article, they say, as we repeat stories to ourselves, they become scripts and routines that guide our actions. And instead of recognizing our stories for the constructions they are, we interpret them as immutable truths, as the way things are. That means that just by telling a story, you have the power to script and change your own reality, and you can take control of that power by telling yourself a new story. You can actually tell yourself the way things are, and you can change the way things are by telling yourself a new story. And there's research on why this happens. There's a neuroscience researcher named Paul Zak, whose research is a pretty big deal, and the US government funds some of it. He's studied how stories affect our brains and found that they actually change our behaviors. One thing he found in those studies is that listeners share the characters' emotions and even continue to mimic the emotions of those characters and their behaviors after the story is over. Just imagine the power of that insight if we can figure out how to tell ourselves stories that feature us as the people we want to be. So you just accomplished something extraordinary. That's not a leap at all. And I know you probably feel, looking ahead into the job search a little nervous, a little unsure, maybe a little bit like an imposter, but I would encourage you to tell yourself a different story than nervous, unsure, and imposter. Tell yourself that you became a software engineer, Tell yourself that you are a cybersecurity analyst. Tell yourself that you committed to something really hard and you did it. And tell yourself that you just unlocked the next step in your career or a better life for your family. You have done all of the really hard work already. Now just tell that story. Congratulations, guys. This is all for you. You did this thing. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. I loved that. All righty, back over to here. And I guess just sort of before moving on, just want to double click on what Rebecca was saying here at the end. Everything that everyone has done over the past 8-9 months is truly extraordinary. It's not a stretch to be confident going into your job search. It's not a stretch to be proud of yourselves. You've done this incredible accomplishment. So on the note of moving into job searches, before we get into recognizing each of the graduates, we have a video to share to make sure everyone, again, I think our whole goal, both from the Flatiron School team and Amazon, is to make sure that going into this job search, you are really equipped to be successful, to tell your story and to launch this new career. So many of you are already working with your career coaches. Some of you are starting in January, but everyone now has access to Amazon's Career Choice job board. So we're going to play a quick demo of how you can use that if you aren't already logged in. Oops, sorry, I need to, share sound.
Congratulations on taking the professional development journey with Career Choice. In this video, we'll introduce you to the Career Choice job board. We want to be partners in empowering you to put your career choice education to work. So we manage relationships with employers that are hiring candidates like you. The job board is the place where we put all of these opportunities in one place. And we ensure that all these positions are relevant to the career pathways you're studying through Career Choice, that they provide competitive wages and benefits, and that they're entry-level roles. So they're a great fit for your first opportunity in the new field that you're looking to start a career in. When you come here to the job board, one place to get started is right here in the search bar, where you can enter the career that you're looking to get into. For example, if you've been studying to be a web developer, enter that title, and then enter the location where you're looking for roles. So for example, if it's Philadelphia, you can start typing that name, select the relevant location, and then click Find Jobs. And you'll find opportunities that are relevant for both the location and the positions that you're looking for. Here, you'll find job descriptions, information about hourly wages, if available, the desired skills, the available benefits, and if the opportunity looks like one that you want to pursue, you can go ahead and click Apply, which will take you to the next steps. Back here on the home page, you can also browse our featured employers. You can see the latest jobs that are posted, and you can sign up for job alerts simply by entering your email and the keywords that you want to be alerted about for new job opportunities as they come up. You can also browse jobs, including selecting different industries by salary range, by different license requirements. You can go right to the employer page to see all of the employers we have featured here, and clicking on any one of these tiles would share more about each employer. You can learn about our staffing agency partners who, in addition to having jobs, also provide free one-on-one conversations for you that they can provide support in developing your resume, filling out applications, and even doing mock preparation interviews to get you ready for that next opportunity. Beyond searching for jobs, we also have a feature where you can create a professional profile, which allows employers to discover you. To use this feature, just click the Sign Up button, and on the Create Account page, click on Job Seeker. Here, you'll enter your name, you'll enter your email, wherever you want to be contacted, as well as a password. And then click Register. Now you have an account. And to create a job seeker profile, click the Create New Job Seeker Profile icon. Here, you can easily upload a resume, and all the rest of the fields will auto-populate, pulling directly from your resume. If you don't have a resume, this is a great opportunity to create one, or you can fill in the information using the text fields available throughout this form. When you're done, click Posts, and then employers will be able to come discover you and reach out with job opportunities. Altogether, the job board is a great place to begin and complete your career search opportunity. So go ahead and get started today.
Alrighty, and I saw UNC.
Congratulations on taking the professional development.
Sorry about that. And I saw UNC have put the link in the chat to access that job board. So make sure you jot it down. We'll make sure that that gets to you if you didn't see it in the chat. But now, very excited to transition to the reason we're all here, which is celebrating and recognizing each of our graduates. So we're going to start with cybersecurity. We'll go through each section individually. Everyone who's graduted's names will be on the slides. We won't be able to read each one aloud based on the huge success of this cohort and how many people we are celebrating today. But for each cohort, we're going to have your instructors recognize your achievement, and we're going to have your class speaker speak on your behalf. So starting off with our cohort-wide instructional team for cyber who worked across all 4 sections, Pat and Jill, I'll hand it over to you.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say how proud I am of every student here. You've completed a very tough program that gave you life-changing skills. Now it's time to get out there, get some certifications and jobs. This is just the start of your journey, and from here, the possibilities are really endless. So here's my quote. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soared to high heights. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. That's by Dr. Seuss. And now here's Jill.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to start just by congratulating all of you guys. You guys should be unbelievably proud of your achievement. As a former student of Flatiron, I could tell you I understand the amount of diligence, hard work, and determination you guys need to put in order to make it to this point. You guys should be unbelievably proud of yourselves. And with these months of meeting you guys one-on-one and helping you guys, I could say that you guys all deserve to be here and should be very proud of yourselves. Here's my quote. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one could take it away from you, by B.B. King. And just remember, you guys leaving this course, you're graduates and now cybersecurity analysts. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves. And I'm going to pass it off to Section A and Haas.
Thank you, Jill. So first of all, I just want to take, I know we're in this new technology, new world where we're doing all this ceremony, all this celebration through Zoom. So I just want to just take a really quick second, if everyone just kind of just show some love to all the graduates in Section A, and just put like a heart sign in the comment section, just to show, you know, a clap sign, you know, for all the graduates, for all their hard work. That'd be awesome, you know, because I personally I also transitioned into IT from a law background to an IT, so I know the transition, and I just want to recognize everyone in not only in Section A but also throughout this program. Recognize all the English as a second language students, right? All the full-time working students, all the single parents, all and all the caretakers, and all, each and every one of you are all doing this program with your responsibilities at home and your daily lives, and also working full-time at Amazon. That's amazing. Like really give it up for yourself, you know. I wish we were all together so you guys could hear me clap, really laugh for you guys. But you know, you guys know how, you know, like it's amazing what you guys have been able to accomplish. You know, working with, you know, with each and one of you, like really has been been a pleasure for me, and right now it's bittersweet because having I was able to, I had the opportunity to kind of see many of you progress throughout the program. The way you guys start off questioning, having general questions with IT, hey, what's this, what that, to now you guys are, your questions are formulated. You guys are, professionals in this field, right? You guys are entry level professionals, and that's amazing. And that's something you guys need to keep in mind, that hey, I like the progression and how you guys ask and what you guys ask during our course sessions and our one-on-ones and even in Piazza messages, it has developed. If you guys haven't seen the change in yourself, believe me, I've seen the change in many of you, and I'm super proud of that. Right, the conversations went from entry level technical, like, oh, what does this mean, to hey, give me what does this at the whole network and the atmosphere. It's more in that. So that's amazing. So it's been humbling to see to get to know some of you, one-on-one, and it's been super amazing. You guys taught me a lot, and some of the questions really made me look more into the subject and become more an expert in the subject to help better guide you guys. So I'm super proud of you guys, each and one of you. And then lastly, I just want to leave with one more lesson and, in mind, if I can. And this is something like I always try to keep in mind all the time. And like I said, and that's the quote by, if you guys know me, you guys know like Kobe, and, I'm a Kobe guy. So, and the quote is, the moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win. And I think not only, that's a mentality you should always have, but especially for you guys, what I described, full-time workers, caretakers, English not being your first language. I know many of you guys, struggle with GRC and everything, and how you guys progress, and the learning thing, everything. Never give up. You guys are here. You guys chose this program to make a change for your life, to better your life, and whatever your passion is, to choose to chase your passion. So never give up, and when you give up, you let someone else win. So don't let no one else win except you. Always be number one. Um, and lastly, don't hesitate to ask for any questions. Like reach out, feel free to reach out to me, through LinkedIn or email or whatever. And I think same goes for other coaches. And further ado, I would like to introduce our representative for Section A, Mr. Santosh, who, and the reason I chose him is because I know he's one of the students who I've kind of seen how he progressed throughout the program, struggling with the terminologies as many of you guys, and he was able to help and work with many other students as well. So Santosh, please speak on the students' behalf. Once again, congratulations, everyone. Santosh, take it away.
Thank you, Has. Thank you all and everybody. I want to welcome on this successful moment of our almost 10-month journey. I want to say, first of all who are engaging on this bootcamp, we are almost wrapping up this bootcamp program today. So, yeah, as Has said, we are all team. So not only my section, we are all like gathering all section together. So we are almost our next level of our career. So I have some questions. So like how what is my the biggest moment of triumph? I like to share those things. So my biggest moment of triumph is celebrating the fact that all of us powered through this cybersecurity bootcamp course around in 10 months, and I am graduating with confidence that I can enter the cybersecurity industry, make a positive contribution, and of course, more money. And I drive toward cybersecurity industry. Uh, my proudest moment at Flatiron School was when other students recognized me as a somewhat of an expert. As has said, I like to help to people. So I became the teacher and was also able to help them. So we are graduating together today, and I became a teacher, help them, other student, and help myself too. So it was also gratifying to know my coaches encourage my leadership by allowing me to work some of the lab curriculum during the live zone, like the sound of hearing Coach Santos. Hey. Yeah, my plan after graduation, I want to quit Amazon. No, 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 just kidding. So, in honestly, I'm working with the career coach. I have registered for the Udemy course and Professor Messer Security Plus text exam, which was recommended by our beautiful coach. Um, because I am studying for my Security Plus certification through CompTIA. I'm looking forward to doing some challenging things, forward to do something challenging in this the cybersecurity industry. And I plan to be a professional cybersecurity analyst as soon as possible. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to Amazon who provide me, not only me, all of our student and this opportunity through Amazon Career Choice program. And I like to thank all the team member associated with Flatiron School. They always encourage and motivate us to dive in our course. And I like to thank you all awesome coaches. I want to um, take their name. My captain has G, Pat, Matt, Ryan, and Gil, and encourage us for successful pathway of the cyber world, and those career coaches who guided us toward another step for our career path. And lastly, not for the least, I would want to say thank and congratulations to all my fellow students endeavoring this new beginning in the cyber security world. Thank you. Has got.
Thank you, Santosh. And now to pass it on to section B, my colleague, Zia Fuha.
Thank you very much, Hash, and thank you, Santosh. We are super proud of you and super proud of your collaboration and support for all the students throughout the cohort. So I'm Jalhak or Z, and hi everyone, and congratulations on your big achievement. I will just simply read a famous quote, which has been an inspiring words throughout my life to overcome certain challenges. Rumi beautifully says, "It's your road, and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you." We are in a field that no one will walk anything for us. No one will do anything for us. So we are on our own to troubleshoot, to research, and get things secured. And thank you for having me a part of your journey, a small part of your journey, actually. I wish you all success, best of luck with your next steps in this great field. And I'm happy and super proud to leave you guys behind with some real good, and at the same I'm scared to leave you guys with some really scary skills. So make sure you use it the right way, and best of luck. Without any further ado, I'll pass to one of my students who has been inspired me with her work without even getting in touch with me or being on one-on-one with me. Laura Petit, take it away.
Thank you so much, Mr. Z, for the opportunity, and hello, everybody. Congratulations to everybody for making it this far. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Laura. I don't know if a lot of you may have not crossed my name Slack or anywhere else, but I am originally from Venezuela. I have been living in Charlotte, North Carolina for the past 5 years. I work at CLT4 with my fellow friend here, Tatiana. She came to be with us. And I've been working at Amazon for 2 years. I would like to say that my biggest moment of triumph was to get that email from Anna saying that I was selected to join the Flatiron School. ever since I got here from Venezuela, my goal was to always continue my education. And I'm so happy that Amazon through Career Choice and Flatiron were able to make that happen for me. I'm so thankful for them. Also, my proudest moment at Flatiron School was, I think, when I was able to do all the advanced labs for Python. I was like all over the top. I would tell everybody about it. Like, look what I can do. This is so cool. And people will look at me like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm so proud of myself. And my plans after graduation would be, well, right now I'm actively working on my resume with my career coach. I'm hoping land a job sometime soon within the new field. I know the hiring process, and especially applying and resume reviewing and interviews are very challenging, but I am positive that Flatiron provided me and continue to provide me with everything and all the tools that I need to be able to be successful in the field. For shout outs, I would love to give shout outs to everybody that made it. I feel like nobody would have been able to make it without the other person's help. Everybody helped each other through Slack, through Piazza, Zoom calls. We did many labs together. So shout out to everybody. And this is just the beginning of a new future. Thank you.
Without, I will pass it on to my colleague from Matthew. And Matthew, take it away.
Congrats, everyone. It is so exciting to be here and just celebrate this awesome accomplishment that you all have made. Super, super cool. If we were in an auditorium, I'd pull the whole like look to your left and look to your right. Like these are the people that you're continuing your journey with, but we're in this weird Zoom remote world. So I do still want to highlight that fact that like this is a beautiful community that you are a part of. And I know that everyone has had each other's backs through this whole program. And you're reaching this next stage where that's going to be really important. Continue to connect with us, connect with your coaches, connect with your instructors, connect with anyone else from Flatiron School, and reach out to us for anything you need. And then also just connect with each other and share your highs, your lows, where you're at. You're all in this together. And I'm really proud of everyone. My quote here is from actually a tech person, the Dell CEO, Michael Dell. Quote is, "You don't have to be a genius or visionary or even a college graduate to be successful. You just need a framework and a dream." And I really believe that this boot camp is such a unique opportunity, and you all have really, knocked it out of the park, so to say. At this point, just set your sights on a goal and then, take every opportunity that arises. And, you'll really achieve, the highest heights, as Pat's Dr. Seuss quote said. Without further ado, I want to pass it on to our Section C representative, Ronnie Marouk. He has been an amazing student throughout this program, very helpful to all the other students, always engaged, always interacting, and really, determined to put forth his best work on every step. So Ronnie, go ahead and share your story.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. I'd like to congratulate everyone for coming this far. You all deserve this great accomplishment in your life, and I know you all going to do great. My biggest triumph was actually working full-time, helping out my family, and then actually coming to Flatiron for the whole 8 months. So it's been a long, long struggle. And I'd like to thank everybody in my family to help me through this journey. And I know everybody has the same problems, but we can do this all together. My biggest, proudest moment at Flatiron was able to ascertain and actually retain all the knowledge from every type of course we had, and then be able to enjoy and help out all the other individuals throughout the course here at Flatiron. After graduation, I plan on actually taking the Security Plus and the Network Plus exams at CompTIA, and I'm enjoying that. And I'd like to shout out to all the cohort coaches, Hash, Z, Matt, you did the greatest here, Ryan, and also Pat, you're the greatest with Sim and Hunt. You helped us out throughout our journey here for the last few months. I appreciate that. And that's about it. Thank you guys all. Enjoy. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for sharing, Ronnie. I will go ahead and popcorn it off to Ryan, section D. Congrats all.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, congrats. I know everybody keeps saying congrats. I just feel like we can't really say congrats enough. So the quote that I wanted to share is, any job worth doing is a job worth doing well, which Cynthia and I learned is apparently attributed to this person, Philip Stanhope. I've never heard of him before in my life. This is a quote that I pulled from my grandpa. That's who I mostly heard that from. And I was really close to my grandpa. And it was something that he seemed to sort of live by. And as a result, it was kind of no coincidence that he seemed to be good at just everything that he ever tried to do. I've tried to adopt this into my own life as best as I can. Just kind of the idea that quality is important in everything that you do, no matter how big or small the job may seem. And I hope that this resonates with some of you and that it might provide a guiding light, no matter where you might be in your life. So I will now pass it off to a gentleman who seems to only speak words of wisdom, Mr. Tariq Samadon.
Thank you, Ryan. I don't know how I can speak wisdom because you guys are the coaches. I'm full of ignorance. First of all, I just want to say thank you and congratulations to everybody. It's actually a pleasure being with all of you here. I'm really delighted and happy to get to this point with all of you. I'm from DCA 2 in Eastvale, SoCal, represent. I've been in Amazon just for over 2 years, and I'm really proud to be with you and represent this cohort for the class of 2021 in Flatiron School. The biggest moment of triumph for me is literally this moment right now, to be able to, get here through just perseverance. And I know this year has been very difficult for me personally. And it's not been really easy at all. But my triumph was literally persevering. And the key moments were just to be able to learn and grasp and understand the concepts literally being taught to a field that I was very skeptical of getting in. And the good thing about this year was that I realized Flatiron School was the distraction I really needed. I knew I was going to put in 6 hours of work on Zoom sessions, and on top of it, another 4 to 5 hours, depending upon how complicated the assignments and the labs were. So as I recall, it's such a, from day one, I came with nothing, literally not knowing anything about it. But now at this particular point, I'm leaving this school, with a level of confidence that I should be able to, get a position in cybersecurity. And I'd really like to thank the coaches for that. My proudest moment was to find a balance between work, school, and my personal life. It was such a struggle initially, especially with the schedule that all Amazonians have. And I think everybody can be proud of that. And I managed to find a good momentum and a rhythm after about 60 days or so. And then I realized, okay, I have to understand how to manage my time really well. And I think that's a key takeaway from this school. And also I think the most important thing about cybersecurity is that you always have to be in a path of learning. So being able to find that balance was one of the most proudest achievements, yeah. So yeah, moving forward, I just hope to go ahead and get my certification and fine tune my resume and work actively with the career coaches with Flatiron and as well as Amazon Career Coach, and to be able to secure a position in the field. Finally, I just want to give a big shout out to Ryan, the maestro, the mathematician. Z, thank you so much for putting up with my horrendous questions. Matt, Hash, Giles, Pat and Scott. I don't know whether Scott is here, but thank you so much. Thank you for making this such a wonderful learning experience for all of us. And I thank you for being patient with all of us. And I know we came from literally, very no background in IT, but you guys were able to really steer us and guide us throughout the whole session. So, hats off to you literally, because you produced 270 cybersecurity analysts in just a short duration of 10 months or 9 months. And I think a round of applause needs to be, headed to your direction. I know it's not an auditorium, and I wish, everyone stood up and give you guys a standing ovation for, all your hard work. Literally, this classroom is nothing without you guys. And thank you so much. And thank you to all the students. Thank you guys for making such a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed my interactions with all of you. And congratulations, and let's go ahead and make some great stories. Thank you.
Thanks, Tarek. And I think we will now pass it back to everybody's favorite Anna, maybe?
Thanks, Ryan, and congratulations again to all of our cybersecurity graduates. We're incredibly proud of all of you and can't wait to see what you do next. And next, we will transition to our software development cohort, smaller but very mighty. Very excited to graduate all of our software development students today. And I'll pass to Alvi to kick off for the software development cohort.
Thanks, Anna. Hey everyone, I'm Alfi, and first of all, a hearty congratulations to all the graduates. It's been quite the journey, like going from not knowing HTML and CSS to knowing multiple programming languages, frameworks, and just paradigms. It's incredible. So much has been said about your perseverance, determination, ambitions. One thing that I'd like to highlight that I don't think hasn't been said enough is your eagerness to help your cohort mates, even in the face of when you were working full time, you were taking care of your family, and then you were studying over the weekends. Despite all of that, you made time to help each other, and I think that is nothing short of extraordinary. Because I've seen a lot of software engineering teams, even led a few, but being there for your team is it can be taught, right? It's something that you have to cultivate, and it's a very, very prized trait among software engineering teams. So kudos on that, and congrats again. It's truly been a privilege to watch you all get here. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to John Souza, one of the best colleagues I've ever had.
Oh, thank you, Alvi. It's been great working with you too, and I think all of our students will just appreciate you so much, Alvi, and the work that you've done. And I am so proud of how far you all have come. It's been amazing to see your progress. The quote that I brought was from Malcolm Gladwell, one of my favorite authors. He says, "Hard work is a prison sentence only if it does not have meaning. Once it does, becomes the kind of thing that makes you grab your wife around the waist and dance a jig." And I think we've all done a lot of hard work during this program. And you all are going through the job search now. There's more hard work to come. I thought about a few things that were hard work, right? I wonder how many of you reached 3 a.m. some night and you were still debugging something in your code. I don't know if any of you had that experience, but I think probably plenty of you did. I wonder if any of you are reading through some sort of documentation for code, some library, some tutorial, and it was just filled with jargon that you've absolutely never heard of. That's hard work to parse that documentation, isn't it? I know all of you had to present your code in front of me and Alvi several times, and you had to have the nerve-wracking experience of have someone else look at your code and critique it. That's hard work. And now soon you'll have to go through the hard work of even reaching out to engineers who you've never met and try to make connections with them and tell your story to them. That's hard work. And one of the biggest lessons that I learned in my job search, and I want to pass it on to you, is to keep the passion and the joy amid the hard work. Because if you have that passion and that joy, the hard work will not be a prison, it'll be a joy. So how do we do that? I brought a few things for that as well. First of all, take breaks. You all have had, what, 8, 9 months of this course? Take a little bit of a break, take a breather, take a little time to just rest and take a nap. 2, make genuine friends with other engineers. Make genuine friends with other engineers. So you'll have those people you're connecting with, and they're your, man, I'm trying to connect this person really so I can get a job, but have some friends that you can just nerd out with. The people in your cohort, make friends with them. Continue to talk about them. Continue to share your struggles with them. 3rd, build things that change little bits of the world around you. So it doesn't have to be, this life-changing technology that makes billions of dollars. But if you can make a little technology, a little web page, a little web application that changes one bit of the world around you, you've done something that you can be proud of. And that's something very, very joyful. And the last thing is this. You're going to see a lot of people on LinkedIn, and you're going to think, am I really as good as them? But don't compare yourself with other people. Keep that framework out of your mind and said, let your framework be this. I'm going to make one step toward my goal every day. And when you've made that step, at the end of the day, celebrate what you've accomplished. We've brought in Sydney to give a little bit of talk as well from our student side. I think we all know Sydney. Sydney is such a person full of energy, and one of the biggest, I think, one of the most encouraging people I've ever met in my life, and we're so happy to have Sydney speak for our students. So Sydney, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Albie. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all of the students of the February 22nd cohorts, including cybersecurity, but especially to my software development cohorts. We did it! It has been a very long journey, and just want to shout out to all of us. And one of the things that I want to say, in order to have something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. And so many of us never did this before. And you should be so proud of yourselves for making it this far and graduating Flatiron School. And I want to just give you all a big shout out. I was asked to answer several questions today. And one of them was, what was your biggest moment of triumph? And my biggest moment of triumph was during this course, and maybe my software gang can relate, maybe some of you can as well, was receiving my invitation to advance to the next phase, okay? From Anna, after each project review, after sitting in front of John or Albie and they're pouring over your code and you're going, oh my God, am I gonna make it? That was one of my biggest achievements. And understanding use effect and use state and props, okay? Just knowing that, right? My second question was, what was your proudest moment at Flatiron School? Again, understanding use effect, use state, and props, and learning that from Albie and John after we all just asked them over and over so many inane questions. I'm sure they wanted to throw us out the window. You can't, because we're in cyberspace. You couldn't do that. We had a lot of fun learning, and one of my other biggest moments was debugging my project on my own, and also, again, use effect and use state, and being a woman of a certain age and graduating. I made it. So what are my plans after graduation? I'm going to the liquor store to get a bottle of wine, all right? To just relax and decompress. And then I'm going to finally clean my apartment, because everything is everywhere. And I'm also going to continue to learn, fine-tune my skills and that I've acquired, and continue building and creating more projects. Hopefully, I'm looking for to land a new job. So we're working on my resume with my coach, Ann, who's awesome. I'm glad you hooked me up with her. But I want to shout out to everyone at Flatiron, the whole Flatiron team. Anna, you're awesome. John and Albie, I don't know, we wouldn't have been able to make it without you guys. Thank you, Amazon, for providing this opportunity for us. And it was just amazing. Several of my classmates, Kyoko, who sat with me one night and just poured over my code, who knew a comma could take you out, could take down your whole app. And Jeremiah Tab, who always responded to my messages for help. My classmates, Anna Rucker, who stayed with me and coded with me sometimes for 24 hours. I would open up a Zoom and just tell people to pop in, and we would all code together and help each other. My sisters, Susan and Melissa, and my sons, Stephen and Batsu, for their constant encouragement. My cousin, Sean, who would code with me, and he told me that I could do this, and I thought he was insane. Some of my good friends, Linda. I have so many friends and family who really helped me out, and so many coworkers who cheered me on. Darren, Martha, Bridget, Sherman, Alice, Eddie, who's in cybersecurity. Shout out to you. You made it. And some of my friends and neighbors. So I'm so happy. And, just remember, you guys, you made it. You made it this far. And congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. And we'll pass it back over to Anna. Congratulations, all you software engineering graduates in the cybersecurity as well. Anna, take it away.
Absolutely. Congratulations, new software engineers. Congratulations, new cybersecurity analysts. Couldn't really say it better than Sydney. Remember, you did it. You did this. Congratulations. You made it. That concludes our graduation for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here live or watching the recordings, or no matter where you are. We're so proud of this accomplishment. Thank you for trusting Flatiron School with your journey, and we can't wait to stay with you, continue being on your team throughout this job search. You got this. Thanks, everyone. Hope you get to celebrate big and have a wonderful weekend.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You did it.
You did it.
Woohoo!